Longest deliberation ever, right? Hey guys, we are back with the pregnant mistress murder trial. They have a verdict already. How long were they out? Oh my goodness. The clock's not even up anymore, so I don't even know how long they were out. And now all we're looking at is the seal. But I just watched Jose walk back into the courtroom and it said verdict. I'm glad you guys found me. I didn't have time to redirect, so sorry about that. Wow. I swear to you, y'all, it said verdict. It did. I watched Jose Soto-Escalera walk into the courtroom and it said verdict. They must have eaten really fast or said verdict while they were eating. I don't know. I swear my phone hates me. It said verdict. On the bottom, it said verdict. But now it's just a seal. I don't know why we're just looking at the seal. I thought I was going to miss it, because I had to, I know. I know, Judy, I know. I thought I was going to miss it because I had to, StreamYard won't let you just click the live button. You got to type stuff in. I was like, I'm going to miss it. Typing. I mean, I type fast, but still, because when I started setting up the stream, Jose was walking into the courtroom. So I thought, oh crap, everybody's there and they're ready to go. And now we're looking at a seal again. So I didn't miss it. Because a lot of times, because the reason why I want to start another stream is because I put all of the trials I put in playlists. So if someone is replay crew, I want them to be able, when they come home from, if that's what they do, I'm not tooting my own horn or anything, but if someone is, they work during the day, they come home and they want to sit down and watch a trial, it's all in the playlist. The verdict, everything is all in the playlist. I don't want them to have to look through my other streams to try to find the verdict. So I want it to be separate. That's why I do it this way. If anybody was wondering, that's why I do it this way. And lately we haven't been live with verdicts because it takes me a little while to make the new stream. This time we're live. We are absolutely 100% live right now. Like I could have stuck it in the Betty stream, but so I know where we were. I don't have a pen. So I know where we were in Betty's stream. Man, I thought we would get a little ways before before we'd have a verdict. I thought we'd at least get like an hour or two. And I don't think I'm spelling Dr. DeFrancesca's name right, but I don't care. It's close enough. I know who she is. Well, I guess they weren't ready. I hope everybody's close by. Everybody's probably out at lunch somewhere. We're going to have to sit here and wait for a half an hour. Man, fastest verdict ever. I just happen. I mean, like, I've got it up on my lap. Huh. Oh. I know why it doesn't say verdict in. Because I've got Long Creme up instead of Court TV. I'm like, what? I was so afraid I was going to miss it. I just clicked the first thing. I just clicked the first thing I saw. See, verdict is in. I bet all the lawyers were like, oh, they're not going to come back before lunch. Oh, well, you still can't see it because my head's in the way. Verdict is in. Yay. Six minutes. Oh my gosh. 1 minute? It took 1 minute in New Zealand on a not guilty on a cannabis cultivating charge. You know, and I'm sure people will disagree with me, but my entire life, I was like, drugs are bad, which drugs are bad. But I never had, because my dad was a cop, no one ever approached me as a kid. So I never had drugs, never tried drugs, never wanted to try drugs. You are in the right place, Marty. And then when I started with the medical marijuana, I was like, what is the big deal? I was like, you can get way more messed up with alcohol, and it's legal. Why isn't this legal? I don't understand. But that's just my opinion. Do I want my teenage kids doing it? No, I don't have teenage kids. I'm just saying. I'm just using that as an example. No. But I don't do it just for fun either. I mean, I do it for chronic pain reasons. Yeah, there's a lot worse than that. I'm just saying. I'm not advocating it. I'm just saying there's a lot worse. And it has helped with even my doctor, the one that prescribes it for me. Even he says, oh, it doesn't help. It just makes you not worry about the pain anymore. And that's not true. You lived in the Netherlands? It's not because before I had my shoulder replaced, because they wanted me to wait till I was 60. I'll be 57 in January. That's still 3 more years. They were going to make me wait. And there was one night I was hurting so bad. It was like the middle of the night. I couldn't sleep. And so I smoked. I laid down and went right to sleep. And I was like, you know what? People that say it doesn't take care of the pain are stupid. You haven't been in severe pain and done it if you're going to say it doesn't help, because it does. It has anti-inflammatory properties. It makes you stupid too, but I do I do it in my home. Why? Because you didn't want to be tempted? Or is that not why you moved? I mean, it's funny, but it's also terrifying at the same time. Yeah, exactly. I'm not going to do it anywhere else. I watched a video the other day of a guy with Parkinson's trying it for the first time, and he just used the oil and put it on his tongue, and it was almost immediately the tremor stopped. Oh, yeah, I can see that. His tremor stopped almost immediately, and then, um, I don't know how much later. I also don't know, like, if the video was edited. Like, they could have edited it where it looked like it was happening faster than it was. But, after a few minutes, his voice was normal, too. He could talk completely normal. Yeah. Um, this is my new vape that was recommended to me the last time I went to the dispensary. It's more potent, I guess. And it doesn't give me the munchies as bad. So I like it. I honestly think that's why I'm stuck on my weight loss. I'm not eating. Okay, well, I take that back. I was going to say, I'm not eating bad stuff. Occasionally, I'm eating bad stuff, but usually, I'm not eating bad stuff. But I'm just eating too much. But that one doesn't give me the munchies as bad as the, which I don't. You would think if it was more concentrated, it would give you more of the munchies, but it actually doesn't give it to me as bad. But what I like about that, because it's more concentrated, I could take, like, if I'm hurting, I can take, like, one real good pull off of it, and I don't get, like, the psychoactive effects, but it helps with the pain. So that's why it's on my desk. Isn't Propel, like, fitness water, like Gatorade, just a different brand? What did you eat? I mean, to lose weight, you gotta cut out calories. I started, um oh, it's made by Gatorade. Okay, I didn't know that. Um I started on a high protein diet over a year ago, and I lost 50 pounds, and now I'm stuck. I haven't gained any back. I'm just stuck. And I think my body just wants to stay here. Well, a lot of time, after I had my weight loss surgery, I was told that a lot of times when you think you're hungry, you're actually thirsty. It just make it, instead of thirst, it feels like hunger. So you should always drink first. Kodiak is amazing. I love. I like Kodiak a bit too much. um, I made the Kodiak Snickerdoodle protein balls the other day. Um, I ate way too many of them. Them things are good. They're like little tiny balls of granola and oats and I don't know what else. And you mix them. It comes in a bag, and you mix them. It says to mix them with the plant butter of your choice, which I don't. I do it with regular butter and honey, and then you put them in the fridge. You're supposed to roll them into balls. You can't roll them into balls. It's just mush. So what I did the first time, I had a heck of a time. The second time I made them, I put them in. Oh, they are so good, Carla. Oh. The second time I did them, I put them in the refrigerator in the bowl for a little while to let it harden up some so it was easier to make them into balls. And you can't like roll them. They're not that kind of a texture, so you just kind of have to cup your hands to make them into balls. And then you put the plate or tray or whatever of balls back in the fridge. And it says, I think it says for at least a half an hour, but you really need to leave them overnight before they're like really good and set up. But yeah, they're good. Now I haven't made them with almond butter, which is what they recommend, or it says or your favorite plant butter. You could probably scoop if you put the bowl, like if you mix it all together and then put the bowl in the refrigerator for a little while, you could probably scoop, which I didn't even think of doing. I have a scoop. I should try the scoop next time. That would probably work. They're too good because I eat too many of them. I'll just be like, I put the thing in the refrigerator and I'll go in there for something else. I'll be like, oh, protein ball. It's protein. I can have it. And then I'll go in there for something else. Like I'll be cooking dinner. I'll get something out to cook. Protein ball. Go put it back. Protein ball. Get something else out. Protein ball. So I did not reorder them when I got groceries this week. No, I eat too many of them. They're very good. Those are the snickerdoodles. I haven't tried any of the others. They have other flavors. They have chocolate chip. I don't know what all different flavors. They also have brownies in a cup. It's brownie mix. Kodiak is the brand of protein. They have pancake and waffle mix. They have brownies in a cup, where you just add water to the brownie mix and stick it in the microwave, and you got a brownie in a cup. It is so good. They have muffin in a cup. They have cake in a cup. They have oatmeal. They have breakfast foods. They have granola. Their granola is amazing. They have granola bars.
Back on the record, all parties are present. Told off the jury. I'm told the jury has reached the verdict. Before we receive the verdict, particularly in this case, it's imperative that whoever remains here in the courtroom while we receive the verdict remains stoic and does not express himself or herself with joy or sadness or whatever it is, because there's a potential that the case continues, and that would be improperly influencing the case going on. So if you're here, make sure you can contain yourself and do not react whatsoever when the verdict comes in. If you cannot control yourself at this time, please leave and someone else will tell you what happened. Is everyone clear on that? All right. Let's bring in the jury and we'll receive the verdict. All right, Ms. Bickley, are you the foreperson? Yes. Has the jury reached the verdict? Yes. If you please hand the verdict form to the bailiff, who will hand it to me for review before it's published. The verdict is in proper form. The defendant shall remain standing while the verdict is published through the clerk.
We, the jury, find Jose Soto-Escalera as to count 1, guilty of first-degree murder as charged in the indictment. If you find the defendant guilty as charged or guilty of any of the above lesser offenses, You must next determine if any of the following has been proven beyond a reasonable doubt. Check yes if proven beyond a reasonable doubt. Check no if not proven beyond a reasonable doubt. During the commission of the offense, the defendant did carry, display, use, threaten to use, or attempt to use any weapon. Yes. As for count 2, guilty of first-degree murder of an unborn child as charged in the indictment. So say we all. This 19th day of September 2025, four-person Ariel
Bickley.
Bickley.
Please be seated. I will poll the jury. Mr. Montecon, I believe your name is Montecon, right?
Last name.
My last name, have Monte on the sheet here. Mr. Montecon, is your
Stop
verdict as well
saying
as
their
the verdict
names.
of
They
the
have
jury as a
numbers for a
whole?
reason.
Miss,
Good
John?
Lord, Judge.
is this your verdict as well as the verdict of the jury as a whole?
Yes.
Miss, your verdict as well as the verdict of the jury as a whole?
Yes, Your Honor.
Miss, is this your verdict as well as the verdict of the jury as a whole?
Yes, Your Honor.
Miss, as well as the verdict of the jury as a whole?
Yes, Your Honor.
Miss, your verdict as well as the verdict of the jury as a whole?
Yes.
Mr. Your verdict as well as the verdict of the jury as a whole?
Yes, Your Honor.
Miss, or your verdict as well as the verdict of the jury as a whole?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Your verdict as well as the verdict of the jury as a whole?
Yes, Your Honor.
Miss, your verdict as well as the verdict of the jury as a whole?
Yes, Your Honor.
And Miss, like your name pronounced, is this your verdict as well as the verdict of the jury as a whole?
Yes, Your Honor.
And
Yes, Your Honor.
the verdict is accepted by the court at this time. And ladies and gentlemen, the procedure that we're going to follow at this time, given your verdict, is we're going to proceed to the second phase of this trial, which is called the penalty phase. We're going to do that on Wednesday of next week. Monday, the lawyers and I are going to be working on the case in court. Tuesday is a court holiday, so we will reconvene Wednesday, the 24th at 8:45 for that proceeding. This is very important, and I've instructed the alternates the same way. They will be reappearing on that day as well. It's very important to follow that rule that I've instructed you on from the beginning of the trial, which is in relation to this case is still pending. There are still issues for you to be involved with and consider. And you should only do that based upon the formal evidence in this trial and nothing else. Anyone outside the jurist's time, even during the second phase of the trial with regard to that proceeding, you are not allowed to talk to each other about what's going on then as the proceeding commences. You would be able to do that once you start to deliberate at that time. Avoid all media coverage of the case. Don't do any research. So the way I refer to that is keep your mental slate clean so that it does not contain anything other than what we've discussed here on the case. With that, enjoy your weekend, enjoy your Monday and Tuesday off. On Wednesday, you'll report downstairs at 8:45 in the morning, and we'll proceed with the penalty phase of this case. Thank you for your continued service in this case, and the bailiffs will assist you at this time. They will take your notes so that you'll have them when you reconvene. And if they're in the jury room, they'll take possession of that too. So no one outside the jury will read your notes, but they will be there for you. At the end of the case, they will be destroyed. Thank you, and we'll see you on Wednesday. All right, the jury has exited the courtroom at this time. With regard to Wednesday, I've actually prepared some preliminary instructions for Wednesday's purposes, but it's going to need to have input from the lawyers, we could do that now or this afternoon, or we could do that on Monday. Really, it's your choosing. This way you can contemplate, what could be in those instructions. The template I use is the standard instruction from the Florida Supreme Court, and obviously there are things to put in there as well. It's really mostly on the state side. There doesn't have entries for mitigators. It just explains the concept of mitigation, but it does have aggravators that the state's going to be relying on. And what's unique about this case is we have two sentences, so it would be broken up as to count one, the state's suggesting these aggravating factors or attempting to prove these, and as to count two, these. So that would be a matter. First, we really should start off with the state to see what they're going to be asking for.
Just so that I will likely be preparing a written list of mitigators, just so I can share it with the state and the court. It doesn't need to be included in any instructions, but
I appreciate
that. Will be prepared, I do think.
Okay. All right. And anything else you want to reconvene on Monday?
Make sure that all the exhibits come back, and then, did you print multiple copies of instructions?
Yes.
Is there a master copy that we can make sure goes with the evidence so that we have one?
Just take one of them. They're all the same. So, yes.
Judge, one final thing, just for housekeeping purposes, I wasn't sure if you had other matters being heard on Monday. Is it okay if we leave all our binders here?
As long as that's okay with the ballots, I don't. It's just this case. So,
I thought so.
yeah. All right. So we'll see. Let's make sure we get all of the evidence back to the clerk.
Judge, did you want that those instructions marked as a court exhibit, or you just want me to put it in it?
Let's mark the court's instructions as court's exhibit. What is it? Three. Three. Yeah. We'll mark them as court's exhibit 3. Okay. All right. So we'll be adjourned until Monday at 8:45, and we'll see you then.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, guys. So Wednesday morning, we start the penalty phase. Okay, so now we will go back to what's her face, Betty Broderick's trial, until 3:30, when we will be doing the sentencing of Karina Cooper. Is that her name? The Widow Ward's murder trial. So, please join me over there. I will see you over there in a few minutes. Bye.